I got myself marked up in a bunch of different places. So I think we're at the end of the fourth chapter. So that puts us on page Reish Yud Tes.
I have Reish Chav Beis.
Okay, that's probably right. I'm moving too fast. Yep, you're right. It's on Reish Chav Beis. Okay, so we're going to start over again on this place. We got in the middle. He said, "Bekister," which is a dekuturi to be gone. Okay, so I'm not really. I know pega means this concept of it causes damage, but it says bekistra, which is dinim that are bundled together. Kodim bebrias adam. Let's go back to this stage. Kodim bebrias adam risha niskashra behechol elyon. So we need a definition of hechol elyon. Usually bria is called a hechol, but I'm not sure. Behechol elyon shnei malachim, and one is Azak and the other one's Azkel. But Sa'aka v'kitra. So in this Cheichel Elyon, they're screaming out and they're arguing and accusing Lifnei HaKodesh Baruch Hu al Brias Adam in the creation of the man, of man himself, man. Shahari Rabbi Adam Asid Lachto, this is what they say. V'hine Rabbi Eilach HaMalachim Heim Habanim Shonoldu Ayede His Davkus HaKlipos HaDechurim. So how did this actually, these two Malachim were developed? They were developed and let me go over the words of Malachim Abanim Shenoldo Al Yedechas Dakfus Klipos HaDekurim, that is the klipos that represent the male side of Nikroim B'nei Elohim, Ima Klipos HaNokvin, or the female klipos, which are called by the name of the Benos Adam. So he says, and we talked about this before, that the two match. V'heim HaNefilim, so that Azek and Askel are the Nephilim. Kamosha Ne'emar, HaNefilim Koyer Be'eretz B'yamim B'hem, the Nephilim were in the land at that time. Asher Yivor B'nei HaElohim, that is these B'nei Elohim, which is the male aspect, El Benos Adam, to this pasuk here, V'yaldo Lachem, and they gave birth to them. Kolomar Nephilim, that is these Nephilim, Noldo Mebiyah B'nei Elohim Al Benos Adam. Now, the description of this is not given right here, but that's what happens. So let's see what it is actually that happened over here. Hanekraim Nephilim, and they have another name for them, which is they're called Nephilim. So he says, Trin Mizchabkan Chavelaela, that when they were in, so he originally said this Heichel Elyon, he says that when they were joined together, Sheshnei Malachim Azak v'Azakel, when they were before they fell, they were one. They were joined together. So what's pshat over there? That their root is from the male klipa, which is called b'nei Elohim. So this is the chochma bina of the male side. Labina, which is called the Yama Rabbah, and also, well, I guess he means the male and the female. The female is the Homa Rabbah, the Olam Abriya. So let me read it back again so that I get myself straightened out. He says, "Shesharshim meklipas dekurim and nikrayim b'nei Elohim, shehem bebechinas chachma bebina the klipas eshecha b'Yama Rabbah." And also with the Tehuma Rabbah. Now, my confusion is that he means to say that these are two different systems, the male and the female system, which I thought we wanted to say, but he's just saying this is the male side, and the male side is Yama Rabbah and Tehoma Rabbah. The La'olam Abriya, but at any rate, they come from Olam Abriya Kana. So the nature of these two klipos, which are calling the Nephilim, also known as Azak and Azakel, he says that these actually are always clinging together beside Hibuk Shel Chochma Bina, which is the secret of the Hibuk of Chochma Bina. Now, it's still vague to me. So then these malachim that were born out of this Yama Rabbah and the Tehom Rabbah, Haim Gam came Muchubakim Zer B'zeh, so their children therefore are also clinging together. That is these two Mentephilim. The Sata Nachso, so they go down. Originally they were up above. Now he doesn't tell me what he means by up above. But then after that, in other words, in the presence, I guess, of the Kodesh Baruch Hu, they were in Kedusha. But after that, because of the fact that they, of course, cried out the Miktargol al Brias Adam, and they started arguing about the man was going to be created, Hipilam Hashem HaKodesh Baruch Hu Mekedushasa. So they're taken out of their Kedusha, which I have to put this in parentheses because, and italics, or whatever it is, quotes, because it says that they fell from the Kedusha. We understand the Heichel Elyon that they're talking about has to be in Olam Etzilus, as that's Kedusha. That's what I'm thinking. V'yardu l'mata, and they go downwards. They go out of Kedusha. Yarsu Afra, and they inherit the dirt, the dust. V'yarshu l'mata klipa, and what does that mean? It goes to the place. They go to the home of the klipa tachtoinach nikra Afar. So now we just found the definition in the previous learning where the klipa is located. This is where they go. They go into the madara b'klipos tachtoinach nikra Afar. So the pasuk v'nachash Afar lachmo. So the serpent, meaning the klipa, he eats bread. His bread is dust. Avdu choloka, so they lost their choloka tova the hava b'chu be'itra the kumla. Now he's coining a phrase here, or bringing a phrase here. This word kumla. V'az ibdu malachim elu es chela katov shahaya bechem. So now it sounds like what he's talking about. He's talking about the klipa noga, because the klipa noga originally has kedusha in it, and they were in that situation. So this portion, which is the chelik atov, I'm not sure what kumla means, but it says it's the crown of kumla. And let's understand that this, and again, I think he's talking about the klipa noga. He says that it was originally the concept of the Eitz Das Tova Roz, and it was a mixture. But they always had this good part about themselves. But now they became only completely and totally bad. Now it's a metaphor we saw before, and they become crowned or bound together. Let's say crowned with all these the dinim of the grape. Baz nisantru b'mida, he calls it a mida shel anivim. What's the mida of grapes? He says shuhu sod eitzadas tova. Why? Because it's the concept of the mixture. There's two different things inside of a grape. In some way, he's saying this. And this is the tool that Adam Rishon actually ate. This is the fruit. Shahoya shel anavim. So he brings. I just looked at it quickly. He brings some different places where it says that Adam Rishon ate grapes. That it was the grape was the fruit that was the chet. I'm thinking in my own mind, what is it about it that makes it like a klipa noga, that it has good parts and bad parts? Well, it could be that you have good wine and bad wine. I don't know. Yain and mishacher. I think we saw this before, but I don't remember it. Now he switches over, says like this: they were running after us. They chased us into the sea. So we all cried out to Yud Kei Vav Kei. Why are you crying out to me? So in other words, you have to elevate the level of panemius that you need to be speaking, that you need getting closer to Hashem. Pirish Zer Anpin Anikra Chavayas. Zer Anpin is called Yud Kei Vav Kei. Amar Moshe Rabbeinu, he said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Ma'du Tza'ako B'nei Yisrael Elai. Why are they playing towards me? Elai Dafka. Me specifically, Amar B'Dafka Elai. Kolom Shatzak. Okay, so let's go on. So he says, why Elai Darka? He said, Amba Bedavke Elai. Kolomishat Kasam also Davka the Makom Zer Anpin, that their cry came only to the place of Zer Anpin, the Tzilus Anikra Havai, which is Yud Kevav. In other words, they prayed to the place, the closest place, the manifestation of the Ein Sof, which would be the station. I'm going to call it a station, is Zer Anpin. Look at Moshe the Amber of Yitzhak ben Yisrael Yud Kevavke. Of ein achat tivilazim atachtonim v'tzakasim olim yosa lamala, but it never reaches past that stage on makom Erik Anpin. The fee shahan hagas Erik Anpin aina taluya b'maisarat his way that Erik Anpin works is not dependent on his orders of b'nei adam b'tachtainim. Vein ata zman roy the tefillah v'tzaka ella daber el b'nei Yisrael v'yisol, but it's not the time for screaming out like that. So it's said different than the way I was learning it. So he says daber el b'nei Yisrael v'yisol. So he said let them start moving. Umevar v'yisol daiko said that they should start traveling. What does it mean? Kolomar sheb'nei Yisrael yis'u b'makom to be lawsome v'tzakasim. This is really what it means. He says stop praying. The hind of b'makom zer anpin dafka, because zer anpin is, I guess, the balance scale. He's praying towards that should get things going your way. But mazel habatali, but everything really depends on the mazel, which comes from Erik Anpin, the visha Yeshua's Yisrael at that time, maybe all the time. The salvation of the Jewish people, lo choisa teluya b'zer anpin, it didn't depend on zer anpin. Elo choisa teluya b'mazel le'elyon shall dikna de Erik Anpin. So that's enough time spent in screaming out. Elo Hashem Yelochem Lochem, but Hashem is going to fight for you, and keep quiet. But in you knew what's he trying to say? Sheklipas Mitzrayim Shorsha Babina Shenechlalos B'Mazel. So he says, now this is a whole thought here, and I know exactly what to do with it. He says the Klipa Mitzrayim, the root of it is in Bina. Shenechlalos b'mazel, that Bina which is incorporated into the mazel of Erik Anpin. V'lechein choisa hakna'asim teluyim b'mazel ha'elyon shaladikna. The fact about that's the source of these klipos is not clear to me. The bo la'okir dikne Erik Anpin. He wanted to bring glory to the existence of his beard. That this is Lashon Kavod to Paro and all of his chay, that they saw because they saw that when the time that the action of the beard starts, and then all the dinim are the nikvim are humbled, for Hashoim kalim me'ha'olam, and the Rishoyim are disappear. And that causes the name of Hashem to be grown in this world. Or maybe Raish. Okay. We'll come back into it again.